I'm going to hit that. And I'm going to say, peace. This is the Ask Your Old Head podcast with Justice Raji with my guest, Ian Williams.
What's up, y'all?
How you doing, Ian?
I'm chilling.
All right.
It's working and not working.
Working, not working?
Yep. I'll be working tomorrow, though.
Yeah, well,
yeah.
I hear you on that.
Yeah.
So I always like to start the show with giving you a moment to give some reverence or some love to somebody that you feel deserves it. So feel free.
Is this a shout out?
Just like a shout out, one
okay.
love, a thank you, whatever. However it feels for you.
Hey, man, thank you for coming through.
Thank you.
Shout out to my moms.
Peace to mom.
Mama, I love you. Wherever Stephen Green at, that's my guy.
Peace to Steven.
Everybody knows Stephen Green. If you don't know Stephen Green, you live in Portland.
Yeah,
you doing something wrong.
Yeah, you probably doing something different.
Disrespect to you. You know what I'm saying? Not no disrespect. Disrespect to you.
Yes.
I don't know. Shout out to everybody at the shop. We're in the coffee shop right now.
We are in the shop.
Yeah, that's our coffee. 408 Northwest Cool Street.
Peace. That's Kevin, right?
Well, there go Kevin.
All right. Peace to Kevin.
That's Luis. We call him Just Luis.
Peace.
Yeah. My girl. What up, baby?
Peace.
That's it.
All right. One love. So let's get into it.
I was just saying. You back there. His name was buzzing.
He'll be all right.
Just as popular, man. He's trying to pretend
will
like
make it. He actually is calling me after hours, so he know what time it is.
he says it's your time.
It's my time.
It's our time.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So, the first question I always start with is just, can you give me a principle or practice that you try to hold yourself to as you move through the world?
Man, honestly, I just try to do things that make me happy. Nothing too serious, nothing too complex. I just try to do the things that make me, that excite me, and that hopefully will excite and inspire others. That's pretty much it, man.
That's it.
I mean, I just try to. I think the motto I was going with for a while was I just wanted to do dope stuff with my friends. Okay. That's pretty much it.
Is there? Did you have to go through anything to get there to really make
absolutely.
that the way you operate?
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, early on, I realized I went to a little private school. I grew up in Hillsborough. Okay. Growing up in Hillsborough, it's not a lot of people who look like me. Definitely the only black family for a very long time.
Right.
And then I went to a little private school where I was the only black kid. So but the opportunity I had to go to that school showed me. I got to see people who are very wealthy. Our family was not necessarily broke, but we didn't have beach houses. We didn't have extra this, extra that. But my mom, was working real hard. My brother, my sister, just the three of us for a while, and my sister's kids, and so what I learned early on was just like through seeing people who had a lot. I just learned early to ask questions and do what I could to align with them, just to get as much insight as I could. Right. And so. I was like, oh, you got a beach house? I want a beach house one day. What I got to know, right. But then what I also saw was a lot of people who were doing what they loved, but maybe not getting paid a lot for it. Right. My mom works in social services. She's a drug and alcohol counselor. She really enjoys that type of work, helping people and everything, but that's not necessarily the place where you get paid the most, Yes. But doing great social justice, or doing the community,
doing something that's
service,
very meaningful.
But then I knew a lot of people who worked at Intel, worked at whatever, and they hated it. They're getting paid lots of money, but hated what they were doing. So where do I find that middle? And that's kind of where I I had jobs detailing cars, and I sold cars for a little bit, but all because mainly I like cars. Right. I thought cars were cool, and then. I like sales and, TVs and stuff are cool, so I worked at Best Buy. And then after a while, I realized I was just buying all these shoes, so I was like, why not just get paid to work on shoe stuff? So that was when I started to go the footwear direction. But, yeah, after all those years and just, hard work, I realized, man, I just want to do dope stuff. That's all I care about.
Word.
Yeah.
I think that's important because the constant question is you trying to work or do whatever you do is especially when you start getting frustrated, should I really be doing this?
Yeah.
Is this the best use of my time?
Yeah.
You know what I mean? And it's hard, I think, for folks to, depending on what you do. I've worked in social services most of my life. Hence, I'm perpetually not paid at the rate that my work, I think deserves.
Yeah.
However, also, try to make the most of it. You know what I mean? And try to push them like, hey, we gotta raise these numbers. And then, when sometimes you work in other spaces and fields, you see what people are paying. You're like, wow, how aren't they happy?
Yeah.
Like, and then you find out, just like anywhere else, stress is stress.
Yep.
It's not always enough money to buy your stress out, at least not forever. You know what I mean?
That is the truth.
Word to Big Bird, man.
Word to Big Bird.
Cool. So, second question I ask everybody is relationships, broadly defined. What's something that you've learned that you do better now than maybe you did when you were a younger man?
I think early on, I think I just wanted to be everybody's homie. And now I'm realizing you gotta. There's depending on the relationship type. There's business relationships. There's relationships where you are with a significant other. There's family relationships, whatever. But just trying to do my best to be clear about what I can do, what I expect, and what they can expect from me. You know what I'm saying? So, whether it be, there's a whole lot of stuff going on right now with, stuff, words coming out from Nike and from other places, and a lot of people who felt like they've been there's some wrongdoings, particularly with men being abusing power in quotes their position. Those are just the stories that we're hearing. I'm pretty sure there's others, right? And I can definitely say that there's been times where I've been like, bro, come on now, you know what I'm saying? Like, just because you're my boss doesn't mean that you could try to run game, and I can honestly, without a doubt, say that I've never been in that position. So as I look at it and think back, I'm like, dang man, was that ever me? Nope. And so if there was ever a time where I felt like I wanted to go back to that as a career, that's at least not going to be the problem.
That's not gonna be
the problem might be like, man, I just don't like you. Like, that's cool too. That's fine. You know what I'm saying? But you're never going to try to pull no harassment, nothing on me, because from early I'm like, you want to go out? No, that's cool. See ya. You know what I'm saying?
It's a wrap. You know what I mean? No, got
all right. Yeah, understandable.
As I like to say, asked, answered.
Yeah,
it's cool.
So now that shops getting bigger, we're getting a lot more asks of like things to events and this and that. A lot of times it's like people ask, can you do blah blah blah? No. Yeah. Instead of like, yeah, we'll figure it out. Sometimes there's a we'll figure it out, and I'm just like, I don't know how we're gonna figure this out, but we'll go figure it out. But but most of the time it's just like, yeah, we'll figure it out. Nah, we can't do that. Right.
Yeah, it's something that you said in there that I think it's important. I want to pull out is just the idea that if that you need like a level of truth in a relationship around like what this is.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? And would you agree that almost like the ability to say no to an ask to someone that you're in whatever type of connection with, that there's something there that I think is maybe a sign of actually the strength of the relationship?
Yep.
You know what I mean?
It's a sign of strength in the relationship, both from the person who is saying no and for the person who's receiving the no. Yeah. It's oftentimes where you say like nah, I can't do that, and you know that it's gonna like hurt somebody or not be the answer that they want, but having the confidence and knowing that that everything's gonna be okay after that, and there's of course like compromise. Sometimes people will ask like, hey, can you guys do coffee for blah blah blah? Nah, we're kind of busy that day, but is there another event you got coming up? We'd like to be involved. Not saying no forever, right. Just saying not right now.
Right.
And so yeah, there's definitely some of that in there. Yeah.
Cool. So what is really right now, what's just like kind of the most important thing happening for you right now? What's just like on your mind? It's just big for you.
I don't know, man. Being where we are and everything with the shop, like, where we're going. These dudes out here breaking stuff. Bro, you good? All right. This is real.
Yes, sir.
Having the opportunity, you know, people like what we're doing.
Mm-hmm.
Been asked about opening other places and whatnot. Like that's been really cool. So just trying to figure out a way to maintain growth. A great entrepreneur and a small business advocate and a local nice guy named Stephen Green once said, "That's it's I believe it's the number one killer of businesses is growth, and you know, growing too fast or not growing when you're supposed to. So just trying to make sure that we grow correctly.
Yeah,
you know, and now's that time when we're getting a lot of those asks, and sometimes it's hard to say no.
Yeah.
You know, opening up in other cities, opening up in the same city, you know, diversifying different portions of the line, of product line, and you know, sometimes I'm just like, bro, nah, I can't.
Yeah,
It's not responsible.
Yeah,
you know.
I think is do you find that do you find that sometimes those that are asking have an understanding of why you might not want to make that decision?
Yes, yeah, and I try to be again back to the whole. I try to be clear.
Yeah,
you know, with those people, because you don't want to eliminate opportunities for that to happen in the future. Mm-hmm. You know, if somebody comes up and asks, and you're just like, no. Yeah. You know, and they're like, ugh, what's wrong with him? You know what? I'm good.
Right, like, man, I mean, he could say no, but dang, he didn't say like that. Like,
yeah.
Dang.
You know, but if I'm like, you know, what I was hoping for in the next such and such amount of time was this. Mm-hmm. You know, and this is why I can't do blah blah blah. You know, and then people are like, oh, okay. Mm-hmm. You know, and then maybe they might come with another solution. Yeah. Or, you know, I don't want to ruin a possible opportunity for myself in the future, and I don't want to ruin an opportunity for somebody else who could benefit from it. Mm-hmm. You know, if I'm saying no and I'm tripping, and somebody who looks like me has an opportunity to do something, and that person who has the funds or who has the space or whatever, they decide not to approach that person because of what I said and the way that I reacted, and then they make a generalization, then the community has a problem. You know?
I see that. That's profound. That's important there. So how long has the shop been open?
2 years.
2 years.
Yep.
Right?
Yeah, 2 years in here, 3 years total. We're getting old.
Yeah.
We were like a little baby coffee shop.
Right
now we got, in September we expanded, got another 100 square feet. We're sitting in it right now.
This is nice.
Yeah, it's not bad.
You can sit and enjoy your warm beverage,
yep.
or cold.
Or cold. Yep.
Not only hot.
Nope.
It's cold beverages, it's warm beverages.
Yep.
You have, pastry items and cakes.
Mm-hmm. Trap cake, shout out.
You know
shout out to my mom.
Love.
Yeah.
One love, Mom. So
so we're now like an adolescent, like a toddler coffee shop.
Shop.
Yeah.
So what have you learned in this time? Like, what's something significant you've learned?
Man, I'm learning every day. I mean, learn about like working with people, both employees and customers, working with vendors. You know, how people react to certain things like changes and whatnot. I mean, we're pretty laid back overall. So a lot of times when people ask questions, or we encourage people to ask questions and to be open about what they like or what they don't like or what they might know or what they perceive or whatever. Mm-hmm. And so you just learn a lot about people in this time, and it's fun. It's nice. It's pretty entertaining to ask people. People come in and they're like, I don't know what I want. I'm like, all right, cool. And we go through this exercise. And you want hot or cold? You want sweet or not sweet? You want milk or no milk? And as we go through those things, you can't find your water bottle.
I can't find my coffee.
Oh.
I don't remember. I think I might have left it over there.
Oh, okay.
We'll
get the desktop delivery system help you out. Is there, so going through that and just like asking people about what they like and don't like, and being able to receive information and perceive what they might say or what they might be thinking is, it's it's an art and a skill.
Yeah.
One I think we're pretty good at.
Yeah, well, I mean, you touched on something there that I think is significant. And you let me know how you feel about it, because my theory is with coffee shops is one. I mean, at a baseline, you need to have good coffee, right?
Yep.
Like everybody doesn't need to have exceptional coffee, and the coffee should be dope.
It should be dope.
So you got that, right?
Yeah.
And then it's how you treat me when I come in or how I feel, right? So like how you treat your customers and those sorts of things. Is there anything that has informed the way you treat people and the way you welcome people in the shop, or how you engage them? Is there any like particular ethos that's behind that? Or
yeah, I mean, it's definitely a treat people the way you want to be treated type of situation. But being treated all different types of ways growing up, oftentimes mainly showed me what I didn't want.
Right.
So, and I wonder if, let's say, I grew up in Atlanta, if my perception on that would be different if I just all the time was treated right, in quotes, probably, right. But I don't really know. Yeah. But, at the end of the day, I just want to be treated normally, and respectfully. And, I don't want to go in somewhere and have somebody be like, and have somebody not want to help me at all. On the flip, I don't want to go somewhere and have somebody be like, oh my gosh, thank you for coming. But then you just talk to the person in front of me, like normal. I don't know. Like, don't give me no special treatment. Yeah. Just treat me the same as you would, as if you were talking to a friend of yours. And so that's what we do. Like we talk to you as if you just already you the homie.
Right.
You
already fell in. You fell into you come through to get some coffee.
Yep.
But it's not a big deal.
Yep.
Sorry.
Yep. And I think that people are very they really appreciate that. Yeah. And are very receptive to the way that we do things,
Mm-hmm. So what motivated you to create the shop?
I just want a place to hang out with my homies. Yeah, Kevin just said facts. For real, man. I just wanted a place where, I was working at Nike at the time when I first had the idea, and it was a mix of that place wasn't very challenging for me. Not as in like workload, but more like just like as a person. Mm-hmm. Excuse me. And what I realized was there are a lot of people who work in and around the industry who don't get a chance to just hang out outside of work. And if Nike, Adidas, Under Armour, Keen, Columbia, Mizuno, all these footwear companies are here in town.
Yeah.
If I worked at Nike and then I left and went to Adidas, how am I going to see my old Nike homies? Unless we go to like a bar or a club or whatever, or someone's house. There's no middle space where we can go kick it, and nobody's gonna, be like, whoa, bro, are you guys like, are you trying to get a job at Adidas?
Right.
Or
is this a smooth meeting?
Yeah. Are you trying to get my information?
Right.
You
trying to like parlay and triangulate what you need to know.
Yeah,
you're about to apply.
Are we stealing technologies? Or so I just wanted that. I just wanted that place where I could see my friends, and I also wanted a place where people could freely like talk and express themselves, And so that's really what it is.
That's at the heart of it.
Yeah.
That's at the heart. That's peace. I think.
Yeah, that's one place to hang out with the homies.
Well, I mean, I think that
there's a long and short of it.
The reality of a third place where you could be that's not home, that's not your work.
Yep.
Is essential.
Mm-hmm.
In light of recent activity in the city of Philadelphia, the importance of a coffee shop where you can come and stand for a minute and maybe not have the police called on you is important. I think that's a good thing, not to pull you into the national debate, so to speak. I already know there's a debate, but I mean, it can become a debate. Yeah, it can be if we want to go. And but like the idea that someplace that you can go, and then particularly as it relates to our community and shoe culture.
Yes,
I mean, we're a significant player in from style making to the actual designing of shoes, which someone like yourself has done. And for us to, I think it's beautiful. You have a place that you're grasping a piece of that and saying, yeah, like we drink coffee and we like shoes,
yeah,
and let's be here, and you can come be a part of it.
Yep. But and also, and if you don't do those things, that's fine.
Yeah,
you can still be here.
Oh yeah, most definitely. Yeah. Oh yeah. That's the beauty.
Well, that it definitely is. I mean, that's the way that we treat it, and that's the way that people who have been here understand it. But if you haven't, a lot of times people are like, "Is it okay if I come in and I'm not wearing my blah 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 shoes?" I'm like, people always ask like, "Oh, you're into sneakers, whatever, blah blah blah." Like, but I'm not, and I'm like, well, you bought your shoes. You have a pair of shoes on right now, right? Like, why did you buy them? Actually, I'm gonna ask you, why'd you buy them?
I bought these because I like the way they look, because I like colors, and then they were like $60 at the employee store.
Yeah, so
the right price and the right style.
Yep.
You know what I'm saying?
So we do the same thing over and over and over again. That's all it is. Yeah. We just they serve a purpose, and we like the way that they look. And for us, the purpose is to stunt or to, and we like the way that they look, and that's all it is. Yeah. Like sometimes you have one. Kevin just spilled beans on the floor. He's fired. Sometimes you have
Sorry,
one.
Sorry, Kevin.
Yeah. It was nice knowing you though. And then sometimes you have 20 pair or 200 pair or 1,000 pair or whatever, but the way I look at it, like if somebody's really serious, if they're a foodie and they spend hundreds on a meal, you poop that out. My shoes are kicking it with me for a while. No pun intended.
Yes,
you know what I'm saying?
Indeed, you get some rotation time.
Yeah, man. You got to think about it for a little bit. You just get to focus on it for a couple minutes every other day. Yeah. So.
Oh, definitely. I think. I like to say I'm more of a sneaker. I appreciate a fresh pair of sneakers. Mm-hmm. I don't put maybe as much energy into it as other people. Mm-hmm. But I understand, the energy. You know what I'm saying?
Yep.
And then also as I like to say that, when you look at, well, if you get it like a good pair of shoes, good pair of kicks, and you're like, yeah, I like those. And then later you find some other things that work with those. It's like there's a special feeling to that. It like takes me back to, like a magical, like,
yep.
Who knew
these
sneakers would match this T-shirt?
Yep.
These two people don't know each other.
That's right.
But now they've come together.
That's right.
The universe is okay. We're going to make it.
Yep. They were collaborating accidentally.
Yeah. The universe, the heavens opened
up.
Yeah. Word up, man.
The heavens opened up.
So what? Let me see. So one last one on that. Is there anything that has surprised you, just being a business owner or the shop? Does anything about this experience so far for you that has surprised you? That just like you didn't see that coming at all?
Yeah, yes and no. I never expected to roast coffee. It was never a plan. Mm-hmm. Only reason we started roasting was because I owed. The company that helped me understand and learn and just like start out in the coffee world is a company called Dapper and Wise, based out of Hillsboro. They now have I think they have like 5 locations between Dapper and Wise and Insomnia, same company.
Okay.
Right. They taught me everything I know, pretty much, or most of what I know, and will forever be not necessarily indebted, but I always got respect for that whole team. But when we had bad weather last year during the winter, business dropped down to like 25% for like a whole month. Oh, yeah. And I owed them a ton of money. And they were just like, we're doing what we can, but we also got to pay bills too,
we got to make it work too.
So my only options were to pay them, didn't have no money, or close. I wasn't going to do that. Start a new account. That's a bad idea because I don't have any money.
Right, there you go. You go owe somebody else money.
Yeah, so I'm going to owe 2 people money. So then I had, back in November, before that, because the weather happened in January, I had I'd started taking like little roasting classes just to understand it a little bit better.
Yeah.
And then realized, you know what? I mean, that's how I pay this bill. I mean, that's how I'm gonna get these beans. So I would buy small amounts of coffee from a spot called Mr. Green Bean off of Mississippi. You can buy it in like poundage, like 10 pounds, instead of buying like 150-pound bags.
Right.
And I would pay the hourly rate at Buckman Coffee Factory down the street, and I would roast, and then
Come over here.
make a little bit of money. Come over here, serve it. My apologies to all my customers who had terrible coffee for a while. But that was how we made it back. But then I realized after a while, I was like, well, it's our own product. It's kind of convenient. I get to do what I want, and the money stays in the house.
Yeah.
Why wouldn't I do that?
Stick with it.
And then now it's more of now it's definitely like a craft and a passion.
All right.
Yeah.
That's me.
But yeah, that's definitely one thing I never thought I would do. Most other stuff, they're great opportunities when they pop up.
Mm-hmm.
You know, like doing events overseas, doing events in town. You know, we got an opportunity to serve coffee for a TEDx about a month ago.
Yeah, I saw that.
Collaboration with WeWork. Shout out Stephen Green again.
Shout out Steven.
You know, that was a great opportunity. No, I never expected it, but yes, I expected it.
Yeah.
You know,
Yeah.
Kevin's back in coffee, by the way, y'all who are listening.
Yeah, that's good.
That's the sound you hear in the background. It's
Yeah.
Kevin. These beans just cascading into the bags. Yeah, you know what I'm saying? Cascadia. Cascade. Right after I finish this, I'm going straight to go roast coffee actually tonight.
Right.
So
That's what's up.
Kevin's doing some prep stuff for
you
it.
set up.
Yep.
That's peace. Cool. So I'm at sort of the root of most of the stuff I wanted to at least get us talking about while we had some time. But I guess I'll ask you. You got kicks all over the place here.
All over the place.
Is there any shoe in here that has a particular story that maybe you'd like to share with people?
Yeah.
You want to give us a
Actually,
shoe story?
there's quite a bit.
I mean, you got shoe around, you know.
Yeah, I got a couple of shoes from TEDx. One is the shoe from this year, the Humara. It's that white shoe on the bottom.
Yeah.
I got the shoe from the previous year, which is up above it. That's the Hirachi.
Oh, wow.
That's actually the year that Stephen Green spoke. So I was very fortunate in that Stephen helped your boy get laced up.
Yeah.
Pun intended. There's a couple pairs of shoes in here that we dipped in coffee. Shout out my man Connor sitting right over here. He had a cool idea.
Good job, Connor.
So any shoe that's knit based, we can knit or like canvas.
Yeah.
We can dip it, and it just adds a really cool, really interesting color to the upper, rather than just having like a basic white pair of shoes or just to literally mix kicks and coffee.
Yeah.
Let's see what else is going on in here. Got some customs up on the wall. A lot of the shoes on the far right side, that whole row on the right side, and then a few others up there all belong to Kevin. So I encourage these dudes to put their collections up for people to see. Got some prototypes up there. Got some more customs back over here on top of the refrigerator. Got another pair of customs up by my man Manny up on the refrigerator. Emmanuel Labor. Got some customs from my man Cam over there. Cam K503. Cam is a manager over at Index, consignment shop down the street.
All right.
I got some shoes that I did. The wet floor sign dunk. I did that when I was a janitor at Nike. Yeah. I mean, we got, and then we got a lot of pairs over there that just belong to us, like shoes that we bought. A lot of us have shoes like we'll buy some and then we'll just kind of throw them up there.
Okay.
A lot of times like I don't really want to take them home. I live on my own right now, but until then, but the day that I finally move in with whoever that other person is, they're probably not going to be too happy about wild amounts.
Yeah, you need to.
Some amounts,
you want to
okay.
envision. Yeah, like you want to envision that there's some limit to the shoe. How you say? Shoes inundating all of the landscape.
Yep.
I mean, they're not the most easy to store. I mean, I guess you got the boxes and all that stuff now, but even with
boxes, but also I have huge feet, so the shoes in the boxes for me are That's a lot of shoes.
Yeah.
It's a lot of space.
Right.
Yeah.
Word up,
Probably
word
got. I don't know. Luis. How many pair of shoes you think I got? What? So how many pair of shoes you think I have?
More than 50.
What?
What?
More than 50? Wait, have you been in the basement?
Yeah.
That's way more than 50.
50. I guess his answer
Yeah,
is correct.
Yeah, he's like, I'm gonna make sure I'm not wrong.
Right.
I just say more than 50. I don't know.
It's gotta get past 50.
200?
250?
250?
It's a lot of shoes.
Maybe 3 something? No, not more than 500.
I would say around like 320.
Kevin said 320 pair.
320.
No, it is like one of those jar of beans games. Like, how many jelly beans are in this jar?
You like take a look. You should put a picture up, not like a picture people can figure out where they are.
Yeah.
But like if you can guess how many shoes Ian has, you get some free sugar in your coffee.
That's
The sugar's already free. I know.
sugar's on the house.
You know
You
what I'm
get a little
saying?
extra.
Yeah, I mean you get a big
You
cup.
can take some home.
Right, you get a double cup.
Oh yeah. We don't have 16-ounce cups anymore, so maybe you get access to that.
Yeah, like you get the special. Yeah, you
Yeah.
know, if you know the number. So don't. Yeah, so we'll say that.
Yeah,
later
that's
date.
all right. I'm pretty sure we're all wrong.
That's
Kevin's
peace.
probably the closest. But
That's peace. That's
Yeah.
peace. So I'll get you out on this. I know you gotta go roast some coffee.
oh yeah,
And,
man. You know what I'm saying? I burn these beans.
and other things. I usually try to close with either a music or movie question. Where would you like to go?
I'm not a big movie guy,
Okay.
so maybe music.
All right. So
Yeah.
so every time I come in the shop, you got something playing.
Oh, yeah.
and you mix it up. You know what I mean? And sometimes the stuff playing, I'm like, oh man, I never really listened to that, but that's all right.
Yeah.
So is there a record that either you haven't played or somebody you haven't played in the shop that you feel like you need to get them on, or what's something that you haven't played or have had a strong reaction when you've played it and people come in the shop?
Man, I don't know. Most of the mainstream guys, I mean, they don't need us to play their music. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, they don't need no
But they don't need no more money. They're doing all right.
Yeah, they straight.
Man, I don't know. We do a lot of. Kevin's the king of music theme days.
Okay.
You can usually tell who's working based off of what's playing.
Okay.
Yeah, even if I just heard music, but I didn't see and I didn't know the schedule or anything like that, I could probably tell you who's working. Which is pretty dope. Like everybody has
that's
their,
good.
and usually Kevin's back there whining, singing songs. But
Like whining, like bogling whining, or like whining, like
no,
whining?
not like winding.
Not like winding.
Yeah,
more like whining, like whining.
That's what Kevin sounds like to me.
One love to you, Kevin.
Yeah, Kevin can sing.
You part of the show. This week.
I told him he needs to go try out for American Idol or something, or The Voice. The Voice is kind of legit, but I don't know, man. You know, we actually try to play a lot of local people.
Yeah.
Definitely played some Mike Capes. Definitely played my boy Jay Jury. I've known John Jury since I was like 11,
Right.
and now he's working at Nike. We used to play basketball together. So we played basketball together like our whole lives. Now he's doing music, trying to pursue that. Still working at Nike, but it's pretty dope. Connor and I were in the music video, one of his music videos. He's actually going to be filming another one of the videos here in the shop soon.
All right, that's sweet.
Who else? My boy Johnny Cool, the Stargazer.
Oh, yeah.
Instrumentals and whatnot. And we used to sling his beats in the hallways when we were janitors at Nike. So he would play his music in the hallway. People would be like, who is this? And he'd be like, oh, this is me. And like, oh, yeah, I like this, blah, blah, blah. So then I would run to he didn't have a computer. He was like producing on like a little beat down computer at home. And then he would save all his music he would just like burn CDs or bring in a flash drive. I'd upload it onto my computer. Then we'd run to the custodial closet, make somebody a mix, and then he'd hand it to them on their way out the door. So yeah, we had a hustle, man.
That's a grind. That's a strong turnover.
Yeah,
right
man.
there.
And he actually drops a new CD or a new album record, whatever, on Thursday in 2 days.
Oh, right.
I think it's called Fall Into Winter. So it's
I'm
like
find the link. I'll put that in the show notes.
Oh yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
He just sent it to me the other day, and I got a mention on there and like the honorable mentions. I was like, that's pretty cool.
That's me.
But I'm hyped for it. $9.99. It's gonna be online somewhere to buy it. So
buy it.
So support
people that stream is cool and all, but
yeah,
sometimes people just need.
Sometimes you need a straight $10.
They need a nice solid 10
Send them $10.
Not 78% over actually 0.5% a quarter of a penny.
Yep.
You know what I'm saying?
I'm gonna think about maybe paying them one day.
Yeah, I need the whole. Let me get 8.
Yeah,
you know what I'm saying? You get that. That's as retired rapper Justice.
Yeah, retired rapper Justice.
I mean, straight up.
Right Justice passing out that justice.
Yes, sir. So, Ian, I appreciate you for joining me. On the show.
Man.
Anything just for the good of the order, the good of the world you want to say for me?
Man, just people get out there, do the right thing. Vote.
Voting's today.
Voting is today in Oregon. Well,
by the time you hear this, it'll be over. But you should have did it.
Well, hopefully people can back hear what we said.
Yeah, actually, I got to drop mine off on the way.
On the way.
Yeah,
plenty of places to drop it off. Fortunately, vote. Do what you can to support local in your community, and stay black.
Yes, sir. Well, I appreciate you, Ian. We're going to get out of here on that. This has been the Ask Your Old Head podcast with Justice Raji.
Oh, yeah.
My guest, Ian Williams.
Yep.
Thank you.
What is this dude over here dropping stuff?
Peace.
Peace.